Pandemics are more in regards to, you hear it in the viral pathogens where they're transmitted via aerosolized air droplets. My name is Christian Harding, and I'm the Chief Scientific Officer and co-founder of Omniose. We were formerly known as VaxPneumo, and all of our R&D, research and development activities are located here in St. Louis. We do subunit vaccines, and there are lots of different types of subunit vaccines, but in general, a subunit vaccine takes a piece of the pathogen. In our case, we only do bacterial subunit vaccines, and they're called conjugate vaccines. Klebsiella pneumonia. So one of our products that we're developing, that's addressing AMR, antimicrobial resistance. So Klebsiella is one of the leading causes of carbapenem-resistant infections. That's one of those last-line antibiotics that we want to preserve for bacteria that are kind of superbugs. And Klebsiella can be resistant to even those. So we have $4.4 million from the NIH to develop different types of Klebsiella vaccines, as it's not entirely clear which antigen component should be included in the vaccine development. And that gets back to, getting to what are we trying to prevent, right? So in our world, not just the bacterial, but in the vaccine world, in my opinion, you're going to see mRNA vaccines being deployed in more of a pandemic preparedness response. And that's in response to, let's say, a new avian influenza, like H5N1, like the next one, whatever that is, or another coronavirus. And the mRNA modalities are really powerful because they can make vaccines for them very, very quickly. And their vaccines are very potent, meaning I inject your arm, you get a rapid immune response, the antibodies to that target, but they're not durable. And what that means is over time, your antibody response goes down. When we were kids, we all got MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella. You don't get that anymore. You get that as a child, and you're good for life. That's called durability. So we're going to see the mRNA modalities, in my opinion, be deployed for the next viral pandemic. But when it comes to antimicrobial resistance, which many call the silent pandemic, right? By 2050, the World Health Organization estimates that more people will die of antimicrobial resistant infections than cancer, diabetes combined. So how do you prevent that? That's not an mRNA modality. That's tried and true subunit vaccines that prevent just bacterial infections so that we reduce antibiotic use and mitigate the problem of antibiotic resistance, right? So you'll see vaccines, like subunit vaccines like we produce, being deployed in a silent pandemic, but when you hear about it in the news, you're gonna see probably more of the mRNA being deployed. We like to say, tongue in cheek, what we do, what we build, we're immune to mRNA. mRNA is great for that viral threat, but when it comes to bacterial threats, you're going to see more traditional subunit approaches like us, take center stage.